Welcome in. It is day 43, and you are speaking with the Meeples Champion. Today, I'm jumping into a much smaller game than I've been going over for the last couple weeks. Today, we're going over The Mind. The Mind is a small card game that is interesting because when you hear it explained, I think it's a little bit tough to sell. You know, the idea of the game is that you're connecting with your other members of the team, whether it's 1, 2, 3 people, you're all working in a co-op fashion, and you're trying to get all the way from 1 to 100. And you're doing this through rounds, so it gets harder and harder with each round. The idea is that you get cards in your hand, and that you have to know, without giving any signals, without talking, without any type of a communication, you have to be able to tell when it's time to put a card down. You're trying to slowly build up and go higher. So if I have 1 and you have 2, I need to put that 1 before you put down that 2. But we have 100 total cards. They're being shuffled. You're only getting so many per round. But what becomes more and more difficult with this game is, well, if I have a 1 and you have a 2, the odds are in an early round, you're going to think that 2 should go down right away. So it becomes a situation of trying to figure out when you do innings, when you don't. Now you get some extra pieces. You have an ability for a redo. You have an ability for a card that will basically destroy everything that's on the board so that you can be sure that your card now is the lowest. It's not going on top of something. You have extra lives. You earn things as you go. So you might find, hey, we've made it all the way to round 4. Now we've earned an extra life. So now if we make a mistake, we get to have a redo. It's an interesting game. Let's jump into all the factors. The art. The art's fine. I don't think that the art sells this game. I don't think that the cards have anything special on them that make you go crazy. I'll give it to be honest, I have to give it a thumbs down on the art. I guess I wanted to just give them the thumbs up, but I can't just give a thumbs up. The art doesn't sell me on this. It's a card game. It's hard for the art of a card game to really stand out, and I think that you have to put a lot of effort there. I think that they have not a bad art. I just don't think the art does anything special for this game. Components. Components are cards. That is all it is. And the cards are top quality. They're really good. They have a nice shine to them. They're not going to just easily rip on you. They're easily going to be used for years and years. The deck's not just going to get, stuck together. I've seen that happen with some other decks of cards that I've used, 52 card decks that you use them for, 20, 30 games, and you're like, they're already getting sticky compared to other decks that you've had that last for 3, 4, 5 years, and you've played them with them hundreds of times and they still work great. I think that that's really good. I'll give the components a thumbs up. The price is a thumbs up. This is cheap. You can get this game for about $12. You're going to find this in Targets, in Walmarts, in Barnes & Noble. You're going to find it in any board game store. A small card game like this is everywhere. Get it online on Amazon if you want. It's easy to find, easy to get. It's a cheap price. It's fine. Difficulty. I'm going to give it a thumbs up on difficulty, and the reason I'm giving it the thumbs up is because the difficulty of the game is all up to how you and the people you're playing with play. Are you someone who can play a game like this and slowly connect your mind with somebody else and start to get into a rhythm of figuring out, all right, how long do I wait? How long do I wait? Okay, now I'm going to play my card. Somebody this game may not work with. There might be some people who try to play and they literally are just like, well, there was no game. That's fine. This game is not for everybody. I am not going to blanket statement say, this is an easy game to learn or a hard game to learn. It is not. It depends on the player. And this is definitely one that for me and for my sister who played it a bunch together, we loved it. It was just, you're sitting there, you're being quiet, and you're slowly trying to figure it out. And all of a sudden somebody messes up. And when somebody does mess up and you're doing really well, it's just a giant release of oxygen and laughter of, oh my God, I can't believe it. We got to round 7 out of 10 and we died, and I've never beaten the game, but we got to round 9 once. It's great. So, replayability. If you like the game, it is extremely replayable. Again, my sister and I are the ones that tend to play this game together. We always play 2-player. We play it 7 or 8 times straight. We're constantly like, oh, we got to round 3, we're out. Let's retry. Oh, we're on round 7, up, we're out. All right, round 4, up, let's try again. We'll play for an hour or 2 hours straight. And we may not play it for a long time after that. And then we pull it out again, and we play for a bunch in one day again. It's more of a bunch in a day type game than a constant every week or every month type game. but it is one of those games that when you pull it out, you tend to play it a bunch over and over again for a few hours. Your keys to victory. I'm going to give this a thumbs up because the game is literally, it doesn't taunt you. I don't mind the fact that this game has only one way to win, because that is what the game is. The idea should always be in your mind when you're trying to think of the keys to victory in a game. Not, oh, well, it only has one way to win, so it's not a good game. It's more, what does the game say it is? And then what is it? This game says it is a game that wins by playing 10 rounds and getting all the cards straight through. And then that's what it does. Now, if this game had this, but had other aspects and had a bigger board and extra pieces, and that's still the only way to win, then it would be an issue. But that is not what it does. That is not what it is. This states what it is. It's simple. It's straightforward. There's one way to win. That's it. I love it. Huge thumbs up on the keys to victory. Unique. I am going to say this is not unique. I know that there is the game called The Game. I know that they've now made the Mind Extreme. There are other versions of this game out there. For me, when I got the game, it was the first time I'd ever seen something like it. So it was really cool. But after having looked into it more afterwards, I found out, okay, this has existed before. It has been made since. It has been improved upon. There are a lot of options out there. There's nothing really that special about this one. I like the Mind. But if you find that you want the Mind Extreme, or you want to get, the game, or there's another one out there that matches up for you, go and get it. Perfectly fine. It's a cool game. I think you should give it a try. So, again, we have been talking about the Mind. This is day 43, and you have been speaking with the Meeples Champion. Like, subscribe, share the video, and check down below in the description where I'm going to have a link over to Amazon for you to get this game. I'll see y'all tomorrow.